Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today I wanted to jump on and talk to you for just a few minutes about Tati Westbrook's return to YouTube and Katie Joy, of all people, welcoming her back with open arms. I had some thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I contemplated making this video, but I feel like this is such a great example of why people have the opinion of Without a Crystal Ball that they do. Katie Joy, Without a Crystal Ball, whatever you want to call her. This is why she is such a polarizing person on YouTube, is because of scenarios like this one. And I wanted to not only point out the fact that she welcomed back someone that she played a major role in making their life very difficult, but on top of it, she got called out for it, and the person that called her out was not cursing her out, not attacking her personal appearance, nothing of those things that would maybe get someone blocked. She just called out the hypocrisy and she was blocked. So I have all the screenshots for that. I want to share it with you guys and just talk for a few minutes about this. So if you guys don't know, Tati Westbrook sued Without a Crystal Ball for defamation. I've covered the case on my channel. I covered a lot of the sort of issues surrounding it, some of the things that Katie was doing during this period of time. It is no longer happening. So a lot of people were wondering, is Tati going to come back to YouTube? Is she going to stay away from YouTube? She had gone over, I think, over a year without uploading. And, you know, she had kind of come out of the whole Bi Sister thing and everything surrounding Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, James Charles, her. It was a true just three-ring circus. And then the defamation case kicked off. And she was also being sued by her business partner, Clark Swanson, which now has come out that he was the one providing the information about Tati to Without a Crystal Ball. I think some of us thought that anyway, but either way, I'm not here to really hash out all the specifics of the defamation case or the business partner case. The business partner case is still going on, but, you know, as a quick refresher, leading up to the defamation case between Tati, her husband James, and Katie Joy, Katie had 4 warnings. She was given 4 C&Ds, chose to ignore all of those, continued to run off at the mouth on her channel about Tati and her husband James. That's why she found herself in the middle of the defamation case. One of you guys sent me the story that Tati uploaded saying that there was going to be a new video today, and I posted a poll on my Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram and you want to, please follow me over there. But I posted a poll on my story saying, is this going to be a normal makeup video, or is she going to address everything that has happened over the last year? And initially it was kind of 50-50, but I think as you know, as more people thought about it, it did make sense for Tati to at least address it in one video and, you know, then try to keep things moving. Once that video came out, I know that a lot of people were wondering, is Without a Crystal Ball going to be mentioned? Is Katie going to say anything about Tati's return? And this would have been a great scenario for her to just stay quiet. Sometimes staying quiet is the best solution for so many problems, in my opinion. Sometimes, you know, it says more to say nothing than to say something. And this would have shown that Katie is growing past this. She is not going to, you know, open up this can of worms again, so to speak. But, you know, history will repeat itself as it's shown to have done before. And at 2:55 p.m., Katie put out, super proud of Tati Westbrook for coming back. Glad she's back. I truly hope everything works out for her. So this is awkward because Katie was, you know, basically one of the 2 key players as far as making Tati's life extremely difficult, very agonizing. I'm going to also do a separate video about Tati's video because I do feel like these two should be separated. Tati went through a ton over the last year. She went into a little bit of detail as far as the stress that her marriage was under, the stress that she was under, and just, dangers that were in her life because she was being cyber harassed and stalked and all kinds of crazy stuff. So knowing that Katie was one of the two key players, I just don't understand how she can say, here's a tweet welcoming Tati back with open arms. I truly hope everything works out for her, but you didn't care when you were dragging her name through the mud, dragging her husband James through the mud, making false allegations, giving out these false claims, doing video after video after video, full of lies, full of half-truths, misconceptions, zero research done to try to present any decent content. And I think that this also trickles down to, once a creator's shown to not do the proper research for their content, it sort of has a ripple effect. Because for me, if I was a viewer of Katie, I would look at that situation and say, okay, so what does that mean for all the other videos that you're putting out? As a commentary channel, there is a certain level of trust that you should have with your subscribers, where if you are bringing something to your platform and you say that you know what you're talking about, that you have done at least a little bit of research into whatever it is that you're talking about. With this, I think that the issue with Katie and Tati, me personally, I think that it's always boiled down to jealousy. I don't believe that Tati was just a public figure that Katie decided to pick up and talk about. I think that a lot of it came down to Tati having things that Katie doesn't have. And jealousy on the internet can lead to some very dangerous things happening to some people. And, it's unfortunate because Katie did this. Tati tried to give her those warnings to say, please stop talking about me and my husband. Those were all ignored. And she had to do what was best for her by starting, this lawsuit that we saw play out on the internet. This Twitter user, she's actually one of my subscribers. She did share this with me and gave me permission to use it in this video. She said, "Are you serious? You were the key player in her demise and almost destroyed her marriage." And I could not agree more with this statement. I don't see a bunch of personal attacks, attacking her appearance, cussing her out, none of that. It's just stating the facts. There were two key players when it came to what Tati went through in the legal sphere. One was Clark Swanson, the other was Katie Joy. So there's nothing but facts here. And she went on to say, "You clearly haven't learned anything. You need to take accountability for the things you have done. Then maybe people can respect you." And me personally, I think that ship has sailed. There could be some people that are on this opposing side and might give her a second chance at some point. But at this point, it goes back to repeated behaviors. I talk about that a lot. And when someone shows the same problematic behavior time after time after time, to me personally, I can only speak for myself here, that is where I lose any hope for the future. Once I disconnect, I've seen this repeated behavior from you and I don't like it, so I'm going to disengage and spend my social media currency watching somebody that I enjoy. up until maybe I don't enjoy that person anymore. You know, it's always kind of a revolving cycle of who people subscribe to, who they like, what kind of content they like. But when it comes to repeated problematic behaviors, I think for a lot of people, it's very hard to give that second chance. But I do agree with what she said. And Katie actually responded to this and said, "No one accused me of being the demise of her marriage. I'm sorry, that is what you got, but that wasn't me." So complete denial, not taking, zero accountability for the role that she did play. And this is typical Katie. This is what we've seen for a very long time from her. Of course, Tati's not going to sit up on video and say, Katie Joy from the YouTube channel Without a Crystal Ball was, the demise of my almost divorce. She's not going to say that. She is above Katie in class, integrity, self-respect, self-esteem. She is above Katie Joy, in my opinion. So she's not going to go on her channel and say that. However, when you look at the key players that made Tati's life a living hell, we have those two people. 50% of that, based on my seat and everything that I've seen, was Katie Joy. But the no accountability and all of that is not surprising at all. And just to put the icing on the cake, Katie did go ahead and block this user. So again, repeated behavior. You don't like me, I'm going to block you. You call me out, I'm going to block you. And I get that YouTubers have to protect their mental health. When you're putting your life online, it's a very vulnerable thing to do. And a lot of these keyboard warriors who sit out here and type really nasty comments would never have the nerve to sit up on video and show their face and share their life with, the public. So it does take a lot, and I get protecting yourself. However, there is a big difference when someone comes to you and says, these are the facts. We know these are the facts. We know that you had a huge role to play in this situation, and they're only calling out exactly what happened. In my opinion, I don't see why that person would be blocked. But we see this with a lot of YouTubers, Katie Joy, Brianna K, Jeffree Star, everyone. There are some people that are just a lot more friendly with blocking people than others. And, do what you want. It's your platform. Nobody's saying you're not allowed to block people. There's a reason why that button exists. However, if you are using it and using it and using it and using it, people are going to catch on, and they are going to start forming an opinion as far as someone trying to actually create an echo chamber. I myself have been accused of having an echo chamber on my channel, and people are always very skeptical as to why I have so many positive comments and people agree with me so often. I'm not building an echo chamber. There are certain comments that I will not tolerate, and there are certain words that are blocked for my own mental health and my own well-being, and also the well-being of my subscribers. And I want people to be able to enjoy each other in the comments section and have usually a positive conversation, even if you're going back and forth with one another. It just so happens that a lot of my opinions, I'm saying what a lot of people are thinking. So that's not creating an echo chamber, in my opinion. It is safeguarding my mental health and creating a positive community on my channel. But secondly, I can't help if I'm saying exactly what people are thinking and they're agreeing with me. So I think a lot of people need to kind of take a step back and rethink what actually creating an echo chamber is. And this would be one of those steps in creating an echo chamber, in my opinion. I am going to film a reaction to Tati's video right now because she actually did bring up a handful of points that I find very interesting, and I think that I can kind of expand on the dialogue, and it might make for interesting conversations. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.